Hello, Dr. Bridget here with a prescription for success. Today I'm going to be talking about how to manage your emotional state. So your emotional state is how you feel. And I don't know if you've noticed, but sometimes we can be really upbeat, we can be happy, we can be excited, we can be motivated, all those positive emotions. And then all of a sudden, we notice that we're a bit sad or frustrated or angry or impatient or, feeling hurt or, any of those emotions. Fear is another one, so like frightened of what's going to happen. And sometimes we just sit around and wait for our emotional state to change. Surely tomorrow I'm going to feel better. Or if so-and-so did that, then I'm going to feel better. But hey, how about if we could actually change it ourselves? And I want to talk to you, as I've talked to you before, about neurological levels. And this is a system which Robert Dilts came up with. He's a master trainer in NLP. And he says that change happens at a variety of levels. And those levels are our environment, our behaviour, the skills and capabilities that we've got, our values and beliefs, our identity and our purpose. And if we think about how to manage our emotional state in terms of those things, then if we looked at our environment, we could say, well, how is our environment? I know that I live in a little bit of a mess, and that sometimes brings me down. And I think, well, is this how I want to be? Have I got the right people around me? So ask yourself, what's your environment like? Does anything need doing to change your environment in terms of things or people? Then in terms of behaviour, are you doing things or are you not doing things? And if you are doing things, are they what you want? How do you work with your physiology? So if you went for a run, for instance, would you change your emotional state? Yes, either for the better or worse, I would suggest. Having done, what's it called, the 5K, couch to 5K. Sometimes my emotional state was a little bit iffy when I started that, but in general, if we go and do something, then we feel better, and our emotional state gets better. So just do something and make sure it's towards your goals or whatever it is that you want to do. So in terms of our skills, how do we manage our emotional state? Well, if we take ourselves back to a time where we felt really positive and remembered that time and sort of took that on board and really remember that time, that's called anchoring, which we teach on NLP courses. And I think it's a really big skill to be aware of your emotional state, because sometimes we just do the doing from day to day, don't we? And we don't really notice how you're feeling at that particular point in time. Grounding is something that I do. So if you ground yourself, and there's lots of tools out there to learn how to ground yourself. I tend to sit with my feet on the ground, which isn't always that comfortable in the snow, but I find other ways of doing it. And just the energy change that causes is brilliant. Setting some goals, even if it's a small goal. Today I'm going to, it's the end of the day and I am doing this, I've done it, something like that, or a year's goal or a 5 years goal. So those are skills that are useful. In terms of our values, how motivated are you? Are you motivated towards something, or are you avoiding the thing that you don't want? Our beliefs, have we got positive beliefs or negative beliefs? And we can change those using NLP, as long as you're aware of them and get in touch. In terms of your identity, who are you? Are you happy with who you are? Do you always think you're going to be who you are, or do you want to be someone different? All those sort of questions. And in terms of your purpose, you're feeling like you're on the planet for a specific reason that you're not at the moment meeting. So changing your environment, your behaviour, using your skills, looking at your values and beliefs, who you are and why you're here, will all manage your emotional state. If you're not managing to manage your emotional state, then get in touch, because there are loads of techniques in NLP which we can use to change your emotional state. And again, you can either have that free session with me, or you can have some coaching or do a course, and all of those will mean that you're fully in charge of your emotional state at any point in time that you really want. So that's me. Be positive, be cheerful, and I'll see you next week. Bye.